Abby Choi, born on July 15, 1994, seemed to have it all. Raised in a wealthy family, her father was in the construction business, and her mother ran various other ventures, placing them among the elite in Hong Kong society. Abby, with her luxurious lifestyle and prominent presence, was destined for a future that would continue her family's legacy of success and influence. Abby initially entered the public eye as an influencer and socialite, attending high-profile fashion events not just in Hong Kong but around the world. Over time, she invested in real estate and the food industry, expanding her portfolio beyond just being an influencer. She became a frequent face in fashion magazines and was admired for her impeccable style. Despite her affluent lifestyle, those who knew her described Abby as humble and grounded. She never let her wealth define her, treating her colleagues and friends with kindness and respect. She was often seen giving back to those less fortunate, showcasing a generosity that set her apart from many others in her circle. In 2016, Abby married her long-term boyfriend, Chris Tam, the son of the founder of a chain of Hong Kong restaurants. Chris came from a well-established family, making their union seem like the perfect match. Together, they had 2 children and, by all accounts, led a blissful life filled with love and mutual respect. Abby was not just a fashion icon but also a dedicated mother and a loving wife. Chris' family adored Abby, viewing her as the daughter they never had. Abby was equally close to Chris' family, and despite her hectic schedule attending global events, she always made time for her children and husband. The image of their marriage was nothing short of perfection. Before meeting Chris, Abby had been married to her first love, Alex Kwong, at the tender age of 18. Their young love led to marriage in 2012, and they had 2 children together. However, Alex's family was far from affluent. Alex's father had lost his job as a police officer, and their financial struggles became evident. Despite their differences in social standing, Abby never let class or money come between them. She was deeply in love with Alex, even going as far as buying his family a luxurious house to live in. Abby continued to support Alex and his family financially, even after their eventual divorce in 2016. She provided them with housing, paid for Alex's brother, Anthony, to work as her driver, and maintained a close relationship with Alex's family, treating them with kindness. In 2019, Abby bought an expensive flat in a prestigious area of Hong Kong for her ex-husband's family, paying an eye-watering $9 million. This seemingly generous gesture, however, set off a series of events that would lead to her shocking and brutal demise. Behind closed doors, tension simmered. Abby's continued support of Alex and his family, despite being married to Chris, raised eyebrows. Alex's family, rather than being grateful, allegedly saw Abby's wealth as something they were entitled to. Greed and resentment began to fester within them. On February 21, 2023, Abby went missing, and her sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through Hong Kong's elite circles. Her family was frantic, and the search for her became a top priority. On February 24, 2023, 3 days after she was reported missing, authorities made a gruesome discovery. Parts of Abby's dismembered body were found in a refrigerator at a village house in Tai Po, a suburb of Hong Kong. The police also uncovered a shocking new detail. Abby's severed head and several of her ribs were found inside a pot of cooked soup, a horrifying revelation that only deepened the shock. Further investigation revealed that Alex Kwong, his father, his brother Anthony, and even his mother were involved in the crime. A 5th suspect, Ng Kai Wing, a mistress of Kwong Kao, was arrested for helping hide Alex and aiding his escape attempt from Hong Kong. Authorities mobilized more than 100 officers to search for Abby's missing body parts, which were still unaccounted for. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that the Kwong family had been plotting Abby's murder for financial gain. Despite Abby's continued support of them, they wanted more. Her wealth, her properties, and her assets had become an obsession for them, leading to a betrayal so heinous that it left the entire nation in shock. Alex and his family, who had once been supported by Abby, had turned on her in the most unimaginable way. The dismemberment of her body was done with such cruelty that it highlighted the deep resentment they had harbored against her. They had used their close relationship with Abby to lure her to the house where they committed the crime. The police later revealed that Alex Kwong was already a suspect in 7 alleged cases of theft spanning nearly a decade before Abby's murder, and he had once absconded despite being scheduled to appear in court in 2015. In March 2023, further DNA testing confirmed the recovered head belonged to Abby, and a sixth suspect, Lam Shun, was arrested for aiding Alex Kwong's attempted escape from Hong Kong. In addition, a seventh suspect, Irene Pun Hao Yin, was arrested in Shenzhen, China, for abetting Kwong's escape and later handed over to Hong Kong authorities. Both suspects were granted bail but faced charges of preventing the course of justice. A pre-trial conference was held on May 8, 2023, where bloodstains matching Abby's DNA were found in the car of her former brother-in-law, Anthony Kwong. Over 30 exhibits, including knives, chainsaws, and hammers, were seized from the crime scene and sent for DNA processing. By April 2024, Lam and Pun were charged with conspiracy to assist Alex in escaping the city. Though Abby Choi's life was cut short, her legacy endures. She was more than just a wealthy socialite. She was a devoted mother, a kind friend, and a woman who never let her success define her. Her murder may have shocked the world, but her spirit lives on in the hearts of those who knew and loved her. Abby's case continues to capture attention globally, not only for its gruesome nature but for the deeper lessons it imparts about trust, betrayal, and the dangers of unchecked greed.